Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live. Well, my friends, well, that's a deep subject. It's a deep subject. It's a hole in the ground. Either way, it's good to have you with me here. Tiny House Live right here tonight. Oh, I'm over here. Tiny House Live right here tonight with you and me and anybody else who follows us down the rabbit hole, Alice. I have got some really good stuff for you tonight. Oh yeah, I've reached back into my bag of tricks. I've pulled out some nuggets of the past, and that's my purpose. That is my special purpose this season, as you might say. Let me dial myself in. I'm a little... there we go. There we go. I'm all right. I'm okay. Once again, good evening. I have a special purpose this season, and that's to go back in the past and pull out a lot of history that I've been lucky and honored to be part of in Sonoma County and around our Bay Area in general. Specifically, these days, I'm kind of working on the Mystic Theater. Yeah, I'm going to change the mode here. This wasn't planned, but I got some things here, and once I get them out, then I can kind of go back and forward in time as we're learning. And I've got some nuggets of information for you too from Neil Tyson, and some things to help you disseminate what it is we're talking about as far as time travel goes. And while I've got you on the subject, let me tell you where we've been so you understand where we are, and maybe then you'll know where we're going. Last season, I built the Inspirational Space Station, which we all went up to. I beamed all my guests up. I basically abducted them off the planet's surface and brought them up to my space station. And once they were here, well, then that was a different story. We discussed information that my planetary-bound friends, once I got them up here, my alien friends needed to know some things about them to better understand our species. I got them the information they wanted, and in exchange for that information, they gave me some great information on time travel, which is basically what I needed to know. That's what I needed to know. I'm using the knowledge that I've gained in my Inspirational Space Station to bring down to my planetary base of Petacotia here, high in the hills of Petacotia, with your professor, with you right here, right now, in this time and space. Not to worry. I'm in full control of my time and space. Things may happen from time to time. I have no idea why. If I drift, it's only because we'll be discussing things like wait a minute, I have drifted. We'll be discussing time slips and things like that, where one moment you're here and then the next moment you're slipping into another location, sometimes another time beam barrier. We got a lot of ways to go. Hang on here. Come on, let's get started. All right, now we'll go back to where we started here. Now that I've got that off my chest. All right, that's where we've got. We've got a little bit. We're in the past. We're in the present now. In the Inspirational Space Station's back there. Now we're in my tiny house time machine. I'm prepared to take you backwards in time, which is more difficult, as you will learn, than going forwards. And I think maybe to get us grounded and even started on the theories that I'm going to be applying here tonight for some of the back travel, because we're going backwards in time quite a bit. 2002, 2011. That's where we're going. So not too far. Just far enough to be relevant. Otherwise, I'd be showing you a buggy and a horse and a carriage, and you'd say, "Who cares? What kind of show is this?" All right. So anyway, let me throw something. I need some information. I am a professor. Yes, I am a fake professor. I have a D.O.P.E. degree, and that would be a personal degree of experience to you. But I will tell you that I have some information lined up I want to feed to you. Come back. We'll discuss a little more about where we're going next on this little time travel adventure. Because my friends, my kids, my children, I have so much fun stuff for you lined up tonight. You're going to enjoy this. So hang with me. It's an hour show. Off we go.
One of the most intriguing questions we've all wondered about when we were kids is whether we can travel into the future or go back in time using some sort of time machine. The question still remains intriguing even in our adult lives, and fortunately for us, Science has advanced to the point where we can answer this age-old question.
We can easily travel forward in time, and we've known how to do that since 1905. Einstein's special theory of relativity lays out the whole recipe of how you can move into the future. And all you have to do is go into sort of a lower gravity field relative to other people, or just travel very fast. And your clock will tick slower than that of everybody else that you've left behind. And then when you return, you'll be younger than your twin, for example, if you had left your twin back on Earth. So in that sense, you are traveling into the future. That's easy to do, and we've known how to do that. Traveling backwards, that's the problem.
Well, problem for you, maybe not for me. Maybe not for me in my tiny house. I have some special information and special powers here to get me through this season. I'm going to be using all of them. On that note, because of that, I've had some interesting information come my way about the sale of the Mystic Theater, and I thought, I've been so bound and tied to that place that I got to say something. So tonight, that's what we're doing tonight. Is I've got a lot of material that's going backwards in time. We're going to be finding ourselves at the Mystic Theater, seeing a lot of different shows, and personally, a Ronnie Montrose tribute. I'm doing two things at once here, kids. Hang on a second. There we go. I got it. All right. A little bobulated tonight here as I get my timing going. Hello, Tammy. 4 a.m. Bless your heart. Here he is. And by the way, Tammy Bell, you have the honor and distinction of being the first. Oh, over here now. Goodness, I'm a little befuddled tonight. I'm a bit flustered. It must be you, Tammy. Yeah, you were the first to buy me a cup of coffee, and I want to thank you. I think you even bought me 3 cups of coffee. Bless your heart. It's a new little thing I'm doing with my tiny house, and as I work my way to monetizing this Girl Scout and having a good time, but trying to bring a little something to me to keep me motivated and moving forward. So you, my friend, bought me 3 cups of coffee. Bless your heart. And on that too, Mackenzie Gilbert, I know if you're not out there now, you will be later. You too, my friends, you are now what both of you are now calling my roommates. You're now roommates in the tiny house. I always have room for more roommates. You'd be surprised how many people we can get in this tiny house. So by supporting me like you did by buying me a coffee, you now, Tammy and Mackenzie, are now roommates. Right here in the tiny house live right there. All right, I should give you, there you go, big smile. I should give you something special for that. Let me get us started by kind of really bringing in the whole intended purpose of why I've called you here together tonight. I've got some great footage. A lot of it, well, almost all of it, I've had my hands in. The Ronnie Montrose material was shot just before, maybe 6 months before his passing. I've got 2 videos I'm going to play of Ronnie's. I'll come back in the middle between those 2 and tell you a little story about a couple of things Ronnie was a good friend as far as, a working friend, and this is somebody I saw fairly regularly, had a great relationship. I'll tell you more about all that on one of the breaks. And so I'm going to play you a little bit of rock and roll to get us all started. Put on your rock and roll dancing shoes, lady, Tammy. Get ready. This is good stuff. This is a rock and roll night. I'm glad to bring it to you here. Love this stuff. I had my hand in all this stuff. Let's see, with with Ronnie. Yeah, I was at my front of house mix. And, I should tell you, first of all, that the whole thing was basically a Fat Belly video production. That's what I want to tell you. Fat Belly video production, Thrill Cat Media. I went back and took the mixes that I made, kind of bumped them up a little bit, did them a little re-editing and mastering from my end to present this to you tonight. So that's where we're going tonight. I've got 2 songs for you from Ronnie Montrose. And then I've got a little update, too, on Leslie Weston Mountain from last week. I'll go back and do that, too, in a little bit. Right now, I'm glad to have you with me. Let's get this thing started, for goodness. I'll find my bearings. Where's my notes? Where's my time machine? That's right here somewhere. I know it is. I've got us ready. All right, here we go. All right, kids. Hang on now. We've got Ronnie Montrose. And really, I got, like I said, 2 of these. Rock the Nation. Rock the Nation's where we're going first. So hang on tight. Go ahead and turn it up. I know it might be your phone, or do whatever you can with it to make the best you can, okay? That would be the best thing to do. There you go. Enjoy. Here we go.
Two American scientists are lost in the swirling maze of past and future ages during the first experiments on America's greatest and most secret project, the Time Tunnel. Time Tunnel.
He's here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Montrose. Shake it and I ain't gonna break it. I'm gonna show you what it's all about.
Rock the nation. Rock the nation. Ronnie Montrose. Ronnie rocks. Ronnie friggin' rocks. That's Keith St. James on the vocals as well. Don McKay playing the bass. Steve Brown back on the Steve Brown back on the drums. Amazing band. I was going to tell you a quick little story, and then I got one more clip for you, and we'll go on a little ride, if you know what I mean. I'm going to tell you, Ronnie and I have a good connection, enough to where it wasn't just somebody coming and going. We'd check in. He'd tell me how he's feeling. I'd ask him if he's I check with him technically about his amps and all this kind of stuff. And one of the last times we worked together, he was really pissed off at his company Bogner, who I guess wasn't repairing the ones he had quick enough, and which bothered him, and so he took off his Bogner tags off the front of his amps and gave one to me and said, "Here, take this, take it away. It's not going to be on my amp." And I put it away, and I swear to God, I can't find it. I only wish I knew where it was. I would have it to be up in this room with all the other little mementos that make up a tiny house. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a good thing. And what I did is I gone back with these videos, done some remastering to bring them up, punch them up a little bit. Some of them are a little on the light side. That one right there was done by a Fat Belly Video and Thrillcat Media. I remember that mix. I remember giving them my house mix, and they did a great job. We got some good stuff out of that. Like it or not, love it what it is, there won't be another one. That was Ronnie Montrose at the Mystic Theater, and really probably one of the best shows I'm going to get you from the Mystic Theater at that volume with that kind of show, because the louder it gets, the harder it is to get a good recording. So that much I'm telling you. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. The other thing I was going to tell you is when Ronnie passed, and this is one of the last shows he played that I played with him, actually, and this one, once again, was in 2011. And shortly after that, in 2012, he passed. And I don't think I mixed another show after this one that I'm showing you tonight. And he told me at the end of the show, as we're walking out up the doorway to go out to the back ramp, and he goes, did I overplay the show? I think I overplayed the show. Was it all right? And I said, man, you rocked this place tonight, man. You really did. And he goes, I know. I got some really good news from my doctor today, and it just kind of hyped me up, and I felt really good about it. And I went in there and just did 110%. I said, man, you just killed this place, man. You really did. And that was really one of the last times I got to shake his hand, wish him well on the way out the back door at the Mystic Theater. So many, many praises to Ronnie and all the guys that worked with him so closely for years, and all the fans and friends that have been connected in his circle, as I was one. So much, much love to you, Ronnie Montrose. I got one more coming up. I just wanted to make sure you knew a couple of small things like that, because he was a very warm, real, generous person, and very sensitive. I imagine he's got a lot of other angles to him as well. But the man I love to know, every time I'd see him at the Mystic Theater, I go, man, we're going to have a good show. And he'd look at me and go, we're going to have a good show. And I go, damn right. Bless your heart, Ronnie Montrose. All right, I'll tell you, let's go ahead and throw another one of these down. Then we'll come back and I'll give a couple little updates for you. And I got a couple of surprises tonight too. So yeah, that's right. We're not even halfway through our show yet. What do you know? Right here, Tiny House Live with your professor, high in the hills of Petacosia tonight with my Tiny House Time Machine, preparing yet another voyage for you. This one, yes, this one right here. It's going to take us. I think we're going to go for a ride. That's really what it's going to come down to. Hope you like motorcycles. I like motorcycles. I go for a ride right now on a motorcycle. I could. Enjoy this, my friends. I'm sure you will.
freeway. Yeah. Who's coming? If you get lonely on your daddy's farm, ooh yeah, just remember I don't live too far. A kid on your bed, motor scooter. Get on your bed, motor scooter. And we'll see ya. Thank you.
Let's keep going faster and faster. 90% the speed of light, 99% the speed of light. Time is ticking slower and slower and slower. For you, you will watch the whole future history of the universe unfold in front of your eyes as fractions of a second go by for you. As you go 99.99% the speed of light. There's a formula for this, of course. It's not good enough just to travel back in time. You need something to propel you in space as well. So it's a space-time machine, not just a time machine, because Earth is a moving target.
That's right. We're all just moving targets. Right here on planet Earth, right here high in the hills of Petticoat, with you, my friends, Tiny House Live, Tiny House Time Machine, traveling back to the year 2011 with Ronnie Montrose, playing two great songs from the Mystic Theater. Special stuff for me. Hardcore rock and roll for you kids that are up early. Bless your heart, Tammy. And Lady Sky, good to see you in here. You know, I've got a couple more things for you tonight. I don't have a real long show. I just got a couple things that I need to put down for the sake of history. Because some of these people are passing, you know. Last week we had Leslie West represented with Mountain. Leslie passed. I had a wonderful, matter of fact, I did some wonderful stuff with him last week. You may want to go back and check that out if you missed that one. Once again, Ronnie's gone. So, you know, we've got a wealth of people around us. I like to pay tribute and homage to them and make sure that they're represented here. At least when you know someday when you go on the internet and look under YouTube, you could go, hey, I remember that. I'm so glad that they were there represented, because when I look and see who's got what out there on the internet, on YouTube, I like to see more. I like to see more of our Sonoma County and local Bay Area talent represented in the archive that is the YouTube, and that's really what I'm doing here, is doing a lot of archiving. That and maybe just a little bit of like time slipping, just a little bit, just enough to keep things interesting for myself. Come on back. Come on. There we go. We're back. It's only time. I hope you're learning a little bit from Neil Tyson as he's laying out some information for you. It's all good to know. Where am I going to take you next, my friends? You know what? I actually did a really, really interesting thing that I want to bring up, since the topic tonight is the Mystic Theater. I have a couple more videos I'm going to show you from the Mystic Theater, and this being one of them. It's a very short one. It's a promotional clip for something that I did with my friend Matthew Fassberg, and we did an onstage live show called Easy Rider. All right, you all know the movie. We put the movie on the screen, we put monitors on the stage so the band could see the videos that was playing, and a band on stage played the entire score for the entire movie live to fit the movie. And syncing, kind of, sort of, no click tracks, but it was all very visual and very connected, and it worked beautifully. And my friend Robert Powell was in it, and of course Matthew Fassberg, the producer. I'm going to play some of that for you, and all the names are represented on the. You'll see a bunch of people you recognize, and I want to get that out there, because to me this is a big part of the Oh, the unique quality of the Mystic Theater had. And if I haven't mentioned already, yes, it is in the process of being sold. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. And there is a great article on the entire sale of the Mystic Theater for those of you who are interested in looking at some of the backtrack stories of when the building was built, because it's got a super long history going back to be a vaudeville building in 1911 vaudeville, and then change, of course, into the modern future of being where it is now at the Mystic Theater. So if you want a theater, I can put you in touch with the people who got one for you. Be a new life for you. Come on, man. I'll set it up for you. Live video every night. There you go. All right. Anyway, yes, and so that's why I really want to put some props in the Mystic Theater's direction. And where am I going to go with this? Oh, I know. Hang on a second, folks. That's right over here now. That's what it was. I'm going to play you a little bit of the a segment from the Easy Rider, and you'll see a little bit. I can't really show you much of the movie because obviously copyright issues. I could never get away with that. But we've danced around it in the gray area here for you, just so you can kind of see what's going on with the concept that we applied. And although it's just a treat and a trailer, it does mark this in history, and that's one of the reasons I do the show, is to mark things in history, and this is certainly one of them. Let's check this out. You'll love this as well. This is a good thing.
Popped a lot of pills. Yeah, but the pusher don't care. Goddamn, oh, goddamn the pusher.
This used to be a hell of a good country. With you. You got a helmet? Oh, I've got a helmet. I got a beauty.
Whether we know it or not, chemicals play an important and ever-increasing role in our daily lives. One of the most widely used and oldest chemical compounds is zinc oxide. This policeman, this farmer, and this housewife don't realize it, but they all depend on zinc oxide in their daily lives.
But how do I use zinc oxide?
If it weren't for zinc oxide, you wouldn't have that bar of soap, the dish towels you use every day, your toaster, that brassiere you're wearing, your kitchen sink, those curtain rods, the shelves in your refrigerator, metal hooks, the heat control on your stove, the safety catch on your son's rifle, that fire extinguisher, the emergency brake on your car, all brakes. That blanket. How about sand? Yes, sand.
Oh my God!
Your husband's pacemaker. Your artificial limb. Yes, zinc oxide at work in our daily lives. Watch for Science Series number 7, Rebuilding Your Home.
Just another time slip. Just another time slip into the past. Zinc oxide. The many benefits of zinc oxide. Just in case you ever need any zinc oxide, Tammy, you know where to find it. Right here on Tiny House Live. I have no idea. I just love that era. That's what we're about. Going back to the science fiction films is right. Matter of fact, if you'll notice, a lot of the effects around me, like this little time slip right here, is actually made of a mashup of some spinny things from the original movie, The Time Machine, which I kind of morphed into this time pattern, and use that as a way to kind of just mash up my world so it all makes sense here in this time and space. Tiny House Live Time Machine. I've got another one for you. I'm sure I've got one more for you here tonight. And we're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well on time and space, I think. That's what I'm saying. Of course, what do I know? I'm just your professor here, high in the hills of Petticoat, doing his best on a Wednesday night. Wondering, what are the rest of you people out there doing on a Wednesday night that's so much more important than this? You people go back and watch it after fact. I love it when people go back and watch it after the fact, too. It's not all about being live. I know when I'm doing this right now, this is like a little bit of a recording session for me, you know? It's just like I'm here, and then I'm over here, and it's a way to kind of communicate in multiple different ways. And these things after the fact, when they're done, gain a lot of momentum, and I share them around, and people kind of understand, and they go, oh, wow, I wish I would have been there. And I'd be saying, all you had to do is be at Viral Media Art on my YouTube channel at 8 o'clock, 8 to 9 p.m. every Wednesday. Everywhere. Tiny House Live, right here, YouTube, every Wednesday. Thank you for being here. I love you. I love you. It's a nice place to be, I think. You know, we got things going on. You know, there's special things. Matter of fact, I have a real special thing. I've saved it for last here, and because I was involved in another production at the Mystic Theater with Karen Alvarez, who does great video work, and she was involved with the production, and I'm very, very proud to be able to show you a promotional clip that was made from a Y&T show. That's right, kids, Y&T, right here. Matter of fact, I'm getting fancy on you. This right here, we'll come throw the camera up. Yeah, that's good enough. I've got this little poster you see right here in front of you right now has been signed. I've worked with Y&T. Let's see. I was at the Mystic Theater for 16 years. I'll say I worked with them at least a decade, if not more, 2 times a year. And each time I would ask them to sign their names. If you were part of the production, you signed it. I don't care if you did lights, sound, if you're the merch seller, my backstage assistant, they all signed it. And I'm there. I can see over here. I can see right here. I see Mr. Big. I see Eric Martin right there. That's right. Eric was on the show. Phil Kinnemore. Let's give big props to Phil Kinnemore. All right. And then, of course, Dave Menichetti's on here. All the guys from the band are on here. Mark White, you're out here somewhere. I know you are, brother. I know you are. Travis is there. Katrina, she's doing house. Phil Kinnemore, man, right there. Joey. Yeah, Joey. Cricket doing sound, my goodness. And things like Randy, thanks for all the great years. Dave Medichetti, man, bless your heart, man. Bless your heart. To all our friends at the Mystic Theater, cheers. Wonderful, wonderful piece of memorabilia. And is that guy rocking? I like to think that guy's rocking right there. So I'm really pleased to have that, to show that and share that. I wanted to add a little correction of last week's show while I got you all here. And I got one more to play for you, and then we're going to let you go. But last week I showed some of the Leslie West stuff from the Mystic Theater. And by the way, know that you can go back and see all these on my site here, right on my YouTube channel, which is Viral Media Art right there, YouTube/Viral Media Art. And they're all there, and they live, and they're gathering weight, proportion, and moving around the world as we speak right now daily. I check on them, and one of the reasons I'm doing the edits and outtakes is because it's a way for me to be able to kind of get more coverage from the material I've presented. All my shows tend to be at least an hour to an hour and a half. And so by going through these shows and pulling out segments, it gives people a little more, idea about what I'm doing in the bigger picture. And this right now, I've been kind of distracted by doing all these individual outtakes. But I do have guests coming in my Tiny House Live. I really do. And I've already been in touch with Mark Karen from Rat Dog, and he's been out there with the Gilmore Project. I'll get Mark in here. I've been talking to Willie Jordan, Grammy-nominated Willie Jordan, right here in my tiny house. We've got some jam that he made that I want to share with him. I've been saving it until Willie gets here. So we're talking to Willie, and I've been talking to Neville Horwitz over at Loud and Clear. I thought, let's get the businessman's perspective on the music business in Sonoma County and bring in a local business store owner. I've had Steve Sherrill in here from Stanroy, and I'm going to bring Neville in. We're going to talk some more business on that end. And who else am I thinking of? Oh my goodness, yes, I'm thinking about Faith Ako. We have to work out our dates on this, but Faith is an amazing Hawaiian artist, lives locally, and she's just a blessing. She's just a blessing in my life and all of ours, whether you know it or not. So there, I've got some other shows coming up for you besides all this. But what I want to do right now is I want to close this out with, I think, another good rockin' number, man, because that's what I've been bringing you tonight. I promised a rock and roll show, and this is what this is. I've got some jazz shows lined up. I might do one with Howard Wales. Nice little outside jazz Howard Wales things. We'll lay back, and that might be one of them. I'm also got some new material coming in. I'm waiting for clearance on because I got some stuff from the Katati Cabaret that I'm looking with Norton Buffalo and the Knockouts from the Katati Cabaret. So I'm trying to work out the clearance for that. And actually, I've got another one with the Pulsators, 1996. Thank you, Mick Whittington, for pointing me in the direction of all those. These are actually KRCB original videos. So the Katati Cabaret, I have to go back and find the date on that one. I think it's 96. It would be fun to pull that out. 2 full sets with Norton Buffalo and the Knockouts. So these are all things I'm working on right now. Pay attention. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It's right somewhere around here. And when you do, find the little notification bell and set it so the bell rings. And every time I go live, you'll know it. And every time there's something waiting for you, well, you'll know it. And you'll be able to watch this silliness whenever you feel like it. If you're here with me in the moment, I love you. Thank you for being here with me. It's nice to have somebody on the other side. We chatted up a little bit, gives me some focus. And if you're watching after the fact, hey, I'm glad to have you here finding it after the fact. We have a lot of fun, a lot of good stuff coming in. And as we move through the season 10, my friends, season 10, 5 years of Tiny House Live. Yeah. We're doing well. I'm just coming back from like a week of being a little under the weather. You can probably hear it in my sniffly nose. Trying to regain my sense of purpose. I know my purpose, but I'm trying to gain my sinuses back. All right. Let's line you up with something fun to rock out on, and then we'll come back and I'll wish you well. But right now, let's do one more. Let's do one more round. Here we go. It's all for you, right here, Tiny House Live.
break you, I'll tell you why. She got a mean streak, but you love her so much you don't wanna see the mean streak. Everybody knows she's got you on the mean streak. Laugh in your face while you're kissing her feet. You're never good enough in the eyes of a woman with a mean streak. Oh! It could be different now if she thought you'd say goodbye, but you're too weak to try. Things won't change, no, till you open up your eyes. How could you be so blind? You love her so much you don't wanna see the mean streak. Everybody knows she's got you on the mean streak. Laugh in your face while you're kissing her feet. Mean streak. Never good enough in the eyes of a woman with a mean streak. Mean streak. Mean streak, yeah. Mean streak.
Have the capacity to move backwards in time relative to when you left. Now, you don't get to visit yourself. You're in a sort of a different space-time trajectory. So you can't shake hands with yourself before you left. And by the way, there's a huge paradox that people worry about. And many people, including Stephen Hawking, the late Stephen Hawking, worried whether this paradox would prevent backwards time travel completely. Because if you go back in time and prevent your parents from meeting one another, then they wouldn't have ever given birth to you to go back in time to prevent them from meeting one another.
Ah, yes. A good evening to you and a good night to you. All in the same time, all in the same place from your professor. Wishing you a super good night this evening, a super good day if you're just getting it started. Tammy, I hope you're feeling better today. And, try maybe some zinc oxide and some rock and roll was exactly what you needed. I think that's maybe what it was. Zinc oxide and some rock and roll. For you, Tammy, thank you so much for being here. And I hope you get some more sleep. All right, my friends, what did I want to say? Oh, yes, I wanted to say what an awesome video mix Karen Alvarez did on that show. And what an even more monster mix Tom Size, the incredible late Tom Size, did, as always, for Y&T. I learned a lot from Tom Size, and being an audio engineer at the Mystic Theater, doing so many shows with him. I stole his super kick. I know how to make his super kick. It's an engineer's delight. You got to know how to make your super kick. It's all about the kick drum. Kick drums and vocals. The rest all seem to happen. All right, my friends, what do I have for you here? Not too much more tonight. I'm running just about to the hour that I thought I would be. I had one more long song, but I'm not going to go there because I'm just not feeling like it. I'm thinking we've made our rock and roll point. I have my rock and roll purpose. I brought forth some great stuff from Ronnie Montrose. I brought some great stuff from Y&T forward. Oh, I did want to say that last week when I showed the Leslie Weston Mountain, we were going, that's certainly not Felix Popularity on bass. He had passed. That's right, Mick. It was actually Richie Scarlett. Richie Scarlett was based on that. And I know that because I went back in time, dug through all of my stuff, and pulled up my DVD that's right here. There's credits on there. What do you know? It's upside down. Didn't matter. You couldn't tell one way or another. That's right. Right here in Mountain Sea of Fire. That was an amazing thing to work on. Leslie West, actually, I wanted to tell you before I let you go that he asked me in the back room about maybe a half hour before the show started, and one of his guys comes up and goes, Mr. West would like to see you in the green room. And I thought, well, Mr. West wants to see me in the green room. Yes, sir. So we go back there I go back there in the green room, and he goes, listen, I want you to, this ain't no gig. He said, this ain't no club gig. And he's from New York. This ain't no club gig. Got me? He said, this is a concert, man. And I want to feel, I was a concert. And I said, man, I don't know any other way to present you than as a concert, Mr. West. And I said, I started off listening to you and stealing Felix Popularity's bass lines, sitting on my friend's bedroom, on his bed, learning how to play all of your material. And I'm just honored to be here at this point to bring it all forward. And he goes, shut up. You know, I say it like that, but it's kind of like, yeah. Yeah, I've been doing it a long time. Anyway, he goes, I want you to do something for me. At the right time in my show, I do this little thing that I do with Close Encounters. Ba-da-da, ba-da. And I want you to flash the lights, but fuck with me. I don't want you to get it right. Do it right a couple times, but I don't want you to get it right. I want you to fuck with me. And I'm going, you got it. So I, as I'm doing the show, and I'm mixing the entire show and doing lights with my left hand, right, at the point to do that, and I did it a couple times correctly, like he wanted me to. Then the third time he did it, and I let it longer than he thought, and I really did fuck with him, and he kind of went, what the hell? Then it did it, and then of course turned into a big joke. But either way, I had a good laugh off Leslie West's experience. I had a great mix and a great time, and actually the great results on a DVD. What more could I ask for? And my friend Jim Morris reconnected with me by finding this DVD, going, hey, I know this engineer on this DVD, and reconnected, and see, we're high school friends back together again. So hello, Jim. That's about it, what I got for you tonight. I don't think I want to dip into anything more. Let me make sure I'm going to make sure that feel completed in life and all of that. Yeah, I do. I got, yeah. See, we're almost straight up. I'm just going to wish you well, I think, and play my little outro on the way out, and hope you all enjoy my little Tiny House Live presentation tonight and now in the future. And check back next Wednesday. I'll be doing something else coming up. I'm planning these pretty much week by week. I'm getting my guests in here. I'm a little slow in starting with my guests, so bear with me as we gain momentum in the season 10. But right now I am having fun editing out some of these slices of history and preserving them for you and your children and your children's children. And all those, and CDs and DVDs are not dead. No, they're not dead. Are you kidding? CDs and DVDs will live forever. As long as there's a player to play them, they'll be there to play. Not like cassette tapes. Not like that thumb drive that's going to die on you when you sit on it. Oh, your hard drive is wearing out as you thinking about it. So I'm just telling you, take it from your professor. I wouldn't go buying stock on CDs and DVDs, but I'm telling you, my entire archive's on CDs. I can reach out here and pull out 10 of them right there. Anyway, I digress. I love you much. Thanks for spending some time with me here this Wednesday night, Tiny House Live. And I hope to see you next Wednesday. I'll let you know what's going on. Keep track of my social media side. If you don't know how to reach me, it's over there on Tiny. It's at facebook.com/tinyhouselive. That's me personally. And of course, the website, my YouTube channel is right there at youtube.com/ViralMediaArt. You can find me. All right, you guys. All right, I'm right at the top. Did I make it? I think I made it. By the time my outro plays, it will have been exactly an hour. My goal in life is to meet my limits. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. I promise much, much more in the near future. For now, this is your professor, wishing you well, and I'll be speaking at you. All right, I'll be speaking at you. God bless you.